Good morning, evening, and afternoon, fellow alchemists. How are you guys doing? Today I'm going to focus on talking about more detox practices that I implement in my own life in sunny Sedona, Arizona. Check out this t-shirt. It's got the red rocks. Pretty lit. So, one of the biggest things that I think that I've found useful is unplugging EMF devices at night. Now, what is an EMF device? Well, EMFs are electromagnetic frequencies that hit you in your sleep. So that would mean like routers, for example, your televisions, or things that tell lies to your vision. I personally don't have one, but if you do, unplug that ASAP. Unplug your microwave ovens, if they're next to your bed, that is. Put your bed at least a few feet away from these routers slash laptops slash cell phones. Those are also EMF emitting devices. Turn them off. If you can't turn them off, at least put them in airplane mode. So that's number one, limiting EMF exposure at night. Number two, limiting blue light exposure at night. So what is blue light? Blue light is the harsh light that really hits you hard at night. So that's like your cell phone, for example. I personally have a program on my cell phone. Not a program, excuse me. I changed the settings on my cell phone to minimize the amount of blue light that hits me. So that means, like, personally have an iPhone X. So I dim down the kind of the blue light exposure. There's a setting on your phone where you can dim it down so you're not exposed to as much blue light. Better yet, don't look at social media or your phone within the last hour or two before you go to bed. Read a book instead, meditate. Now, I'm not perfect at that myself, but I'm doing my best. So that's another thing you can do to detox. So number one is EMF exposure, limit that. Number two, blue light exposure, limit that. Number three, whenever you have the urge to fulfill one of your primary dopamine addictions, so that for a lot of people that might be gambling, or video games, or porn, or junk food, or sugars, or just like anything unhealthy that gives you a quick dopamine release, or like smoking, vaping, that's a big one, doing drugs and alcohol. These are all like designed to placate and sedate you and put you to sleep. So stop doing that. Now, how there's many practices that are healthier for just a more slow, gradual release of that dopamine. Personally, I do breath work, meditation, cold plunges, and cold showers, among a few other things. So I'll go into much more detail into each one of these individual practices in further videos, but I just want to touch briefly on each of them and why they're so much better than relying on these fast-release dopamine systems that overdrive your neural pathways, shut them down, and get you designed to be hooked on pharmaceuticals and hooked on all these things that the mainstream wants you to be hooked on. Because when you're hooked on these things, they make money. When you watch a bunch of TV and eat a bunch of junk food and consume, they make money. Think about it. The war is for your eyeballs, okay? And in order to transmute yourself above that, which the mainstream wants you to be addicted to be placated to, there's much healthier practices that we can use in our arsenal to combat it. Another thing I forgot to mention, sun gazing. Right now, I am sun gazing. I'm looking towards the sun rising in the east. So that's another one. So let's touch briefly on each of these practices. Breath work. You might have realized, and I've realized that myself, that in these videos, I kind of don't really take the time to take a breath. So that's something I'm working on, just breathing more. There's many good breathwork coaches here in Sedona, Arizona. I can refer you to a few if you're interested. For example, my friend Melinda does it, and my other friend Troy does it. A lot of these people, they do breath work here in Sedona. They teach breath work. And breath work is very powerful because it releases all the anxiety built up in your system. It alkalizes your body. Wim Hof does it. I started with breath work with the Wim Hof method. I did it every day for about 5 months straight last year. And right afterwards, I would take cold showers. Another one, alternate nostril breathing. So that's when you go like, so I'll go into more detail about each of these individual breath works. Holotropic breathwork, that's a great one too. Designed to release the dopamine slowly and steadily so that you're not flooded in your neural pathways with dopamine. And you're not addiction prone. Holotropic breathing. Slow release. I did one of these 90-minute session breathwork sessions with my man, the certified health nut, and it was pretty great. All of these things are designed to alkalize your body. There's many things besides these that you can use besides breath work. Now I touched briefly on breath work, and that second thing are cold showers and cold plunges designed to slowly release dopamine in your body. Whenever you have the desire to kind of, like for myself, when I have the desire to jerk off, or I have the desire to do something that's not good for me, like just be addicted to social media, for example, or just to consume a lot of foods that aren't healthy for me, I take a cold shower, and that diffuses the energy in my body. Aaron Doughty talks about this in his videos, and it's just like it diffuses your prana throughout your body. It spreads it out, so then you're not as like centered in a certain energy center. For example, you're not so fixated on your root chakra. You're trying to like you have to hold it in. You feel a release. Instead, you do like I would do like 20 quick push-ups and take a cold shower, and that way it would release it slowly and just ease it out of your body. Deep breath. Smell the flowers. Smell the flowers. Smell the roses. Just understand that everything you do is for a reason. Another thing that has been really helpful is this 90-day purium detox that I've been doing. I take things that clear out the glyphosate in my body. That's the third thing. Sun gazing is good because you get some vitamin D and sunshine. Grounding is good because it grounds you to the earth. We're all creatures of the earth. From dust we came, and from dust we shall return. So, as you see, I'm barefoot here on these rocks, and it just releases the negative ions into the soil. So I hit you with a lot of things today, but just to summarize, if you can even incorporate 1 or 2 things in your personal arsenal, you're well on your way to personal alchemy. So if you got any value out of this video, please drop a like, a subscribe, and a comment below for future videos. And tell me like how these personal alchemizing rituals and techniques and practices are going for you. And which one is most effective for you. Now I'm gonna do like a thorough intensive and probably a demo on each of these eventually, but just give me some feedback on which ones you would like to see, and I'll do it for you, because I made a commitment to make a daily video for you guys, and that I will honor that. And I know the audio hasn't been the best, so I'll fix that, because I am the Chinese Alchemist, and I'll alchemize all my products and make it pristine and better for you. So right now, the quick fix is to get some headphones, but eventually, the goal is to get a better iPhone or a better voice recording system so I can make better videos, higher quality, because I only want the best for you guys, and in order to have the best for you guys, I can only do it by having the best for myself. So thank you for tuning in. This is the Chinese Alchemist. See you later. And until next time, much love, blessings, and remember to alchemize your body, alchemize your mind, and alchemize your soul. Peace out.